good. So I'm not gonna hop into it right now because you're expecting it to, and you look nervous.
Gosh.
So what I'm gonna do, just talk with me for a minute. Catch me up in the last couple of years, man. What's been going on?
Oh God. Okay. So since the last time we seen
I know
each other,
you was like 8, or
right, like 18 years ago, something
right.
like that. Oh
God,
my
I'm
gosh.
old.
I mean, I am too. Like you said, you what?
What you what?
I'm 28.
No, you're not.
I am 28, Jeremy.
Why do I think I'm like 8 years older than you?
I don't know why I thought, because no, when you just said you was 32, I'm like, wait, what? I thought that you were always way older than me, but you wasn't. So yeah, I'm 28.
Why do I feel like some? Wow. Okay. Yeah. I just remember you as a baby. Like I guess that's why I assume. Wow. Never mind.
Well, I was like extremely tiny when I was a little girl. Yeah, I think they kind of added to it. People always thought I was much younger than what I was because I was so little.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You were we definitely. You were bigger, you were smaller than Dennis, so a lot of people would assume you were the little sister. Yeah.
Right, but I was the oldest.
Right.
And now, as you can see, Demetrius is like trampling over.
Like 11 feet tall now.
Yeah.
Right. Jesus
right.
Christ.
And it's funny because my son is like super long now. And I'm pretty sure he's going to be taller than me in his day.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
Oh. And I just recently found out that I thought I was 5'6", but my doctor told me I was 5'4". Yeah.
Then when you came in, I was like, I don't remember you being this short, but I'm gonna roll with it.
Wow.
I'm gonna roll with it.
Did y'all see how she do you, boy?
I'm sorry.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good.
I'm sorry.
I take no offense to it. I know I'm short. I just, when I realized that I'm taller than my mom and I'm still short, that is a wrap for me. I'm done growing. When you're 32 and you're still 5'4", that's it.
That's it. Like, but you know, technically you've been done, but it's okay. It's okay.
Oh,
it's okay.
It's all good.
This is RC.
It's your girl K Marie, your girl Lady.
And I'm Sirr, and you listening to
2020.
2020.
2020.
2020.
2020 podcast.
2020. I did that one for you.
Underlay. That's what's up.
But with that being said, thank you for tuning in to another episode of A Business Minute. I'm your boy, Sirr. And I got my friend, my lifelong friend.
Yeah.
I've known this girl since she was born. Courtney Coleman. What's good, girl?
What's good? What's good?
Before we get started,
Oh God.
let me just say thank you
Okay.
for agreeing to do this, because you were super nervous when you was messaging me back.
Still is.
I was like, she gonna text me and be like, nah, I can't do it.
Still is. Still is nervous, but I'm like, I'm gonna do it. You asked, and I'm like, I'm gonna come through.
I appreciate it.
So I'm here.
So you invited me in. Like I said, to those of you that don't know, I've literally known this girl all her life and majority of mine.
Right.
Growing up playing in Miss Maddie's house in the field, it was just a whole clique of us. It was a whole bunch of us.
Yeah.
So,
good times.
So Courtney, to all of those people who are watching that don't know what you do,
Okay.
could you tell them what it is that you do?
Okay, so I'm a dancer, but I'm also a contortionist. For people that don't know what a contortionist is,
Let them know.
Someone that, you know, can bend their body to their will. People that you see like maybe in the circus, putting their legs over their head, back bends, leg extensions. You think about it, you name it, I can probably do it.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Now, I didn't know you were doing the contortionist things, and that's what I was talking about in text message. I was like, I don't know the professional name, but I know she know what I'm talking about.
Right.
But it's a picture of you on a chair, but you're bent like at an angle, but you're being balanced on the chair.
A picture of the chair with my legs in the chair and my face on the ground.
Yes. I think Pete sent me that picture a couple years ago.
Really?
And I was like, that's Courtney? Is she okay? Oh man. So I was blown and I speechless. And then I know you do like regularly practice because you're getting back into it.
Right, getting back into it.
You're regularly practicing and you do post stuff on Facebook.
Right.
On the
silk.
I ain't know what to call it. I'm glad you said it. But yeah, man, you a beast, dude.
Oh, thank you. I'm trying. Look, I have a long way to go, but I'm getting there, and I'm happy about my growth and improvement. So yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you said that because that brings me to my first question.
Okay.
All right. What really inspired you to start? Well, one, dancing, and two, wanting to be a contortionist.
With dancing just kind of came naturally. Also with contortion, like I was dancing at Culture Black and White. I was around 7 or 8 years old.
Okay.
Culture Black and White was held at Bishop State a long time ago. I don't know when they ended the program, but that's where I started doing ballet.
Okay.
And I don't know, I just started moving my body in certain ways, and people was like, oh, I can't do that. I assumed that everyone around me could do, what I could do. And so I just started doing it more on my own, and I was doing the ballet and the... Huh?
Don't hit the table.
Oh, I'm sorry. And I was doing the ballet, with the program. So I fell in love with dance. Then I started doing it more at home. I started doing more contortion at home. And how I got into the aerial is that I went to a Cirque du Soleil show my junior year in high school.
Okay.
And I seen like the aerial list on the silk, and I was like, oh my God, like I think I can do this. And like the people that I was in class with were like, oh my gosh, Courtney, you could probably do that. And so it made me feel like, oh my gosh, I probably really can do this. So ever since then, like that piqued my interest in wanting to study or train or do something with aerial and silk or whatever. So here I am now after school, still practicing and just doing it for fun, learning more about it. And yeah.
Okay.
Oh, my baby.
Oh.
You hear him.
So, I guess in total amount of years, how many? So, would it be safe to say that you've been kind of in this for over 20 years? I guess.
Dancing, yes. On and off.
On and off.
It hasn't been consistent, but yeah, on and off.
Okay. All right. So, on getting from high school, doing dancing to now, were there any obstacles along the way?
Oh, God. Yes.
Mastering this.
Yes, so many obstacles, because when I finished high school, I knew I wanted to dance, but I was afraid to pursue dance. I was like, okay, one, am I good enough to actually make a career out of this? Okay. And then second, it's like you have people in your ear like, you can't make dance a profession. Like, who does that? Like, no, you need to do something more concrete. Like, you need to be a doctor or a teacher or a dentist or a lawyer. So me pursuing dance coming out of high school kind of seemed unrealistic at the time. Okay. So I went to Jackson State University first, majored in biology, pre-dentistry. Yeah, and I love biology. That's why I did it, because it's my favorite subject. But I was like, once I got the chemistry, I was like, wait a minute. No, this is not for me. Like, this is not what I want to do. So then I changed my major like another 4 times. Yeah.
Don't feel bad.
Right. Like, I was social work at one time. I did do theater for a second. I did elementary education. Like, I was undecided for like 2 semesters or a semester and a half or whatever. Like, I really 3 years of trying to decide what I wanted to do, because ultimately I wanted to dance, but I was just taking the scenic route. So I finally said, you know what? I'm going to pursue what Courtney want to do and be happy, with my decision. No one else has to live with this decision to follow their dreams. I have to live with it, so I want to be happy. So that's what I did. I dropped out of Jackson State. I moved home, and the next year I was enrolled at Alabama State, starting to get my dance degree.
All right. There's nothing wrong with that. I think that's
that was
important.
The first obstacle. Well, yeah, I'm sorry, what you were saying?
No. I was just agreeing with you. Sometimes with life, we don't know exactly what we want to do. We have an idea of what we love, but like you said, unfortunately, outside factors can get in our head, right, and tell us, "Oh, that doesn't sound like you can make money." But money ain't everything.
It's not.
It's about what you're happy with.
Right.
So kudos to you.
Thank you.
To having that courage to do what you wanted.
Took a lot of courage, a lot of like self-talk when everyone else is saying one thing, and it's just like, but I really want to do, what my heart says do, So especially when you tell people you want to be in the circus, they're like, what? Like, not only am I saying I want to be a dancer, but I'm like, no, I want to be in the circus. Like, what person do you meet says that they want to be in the circus? Me. So yeah, still now at 28 years old, I want to be in the circus, but it's okay.
No, I mean, we're not, it still could be a possibility.
Right. No, it still is
Hey, there you
a
go.
possibility.
There you go. All right, you better check me.
Right.
All right. All right. So this next question is a little bit more of a personal question.
Okay.
So, how do you manage to balance with what you love to do?
Mm-hmm.
Because with you being mom,
Ooh.
of course you have a job and doing this as a hobby of what you really want to do. How do you manage to balance those and your personal life?
I'm honestly learning how to manage and balance like right now because it's such a drastic change. I just literally around this time last year, I was in California. Sorry to check the table. You know what I'm saying? So, just now kind of finding out that I was pregnant, going through that. So literally my life from last year to now has completely changed. I'm back home in Mobile. Trying to see like how can I still have my dreams and pursue my dreams while being a great mother to my son, while working to put food on the table for my son, So I'm still at the point where I'm trying to figure it out, and make it work. Because I don't want to fail me, because I had this dream for years, but I don't want to fail my son either by not giving him what he needs because I want to fulfill my dreams,
Right.
So I'm still in a place of trying to figure out how to make it work, and which is it's working. Have some things. It's so funny because after we talked, and I was like, "Oh my God, you're gonna ask me what am I doing now?" And I'm not doing anything pertaining to my career really. And literally the next day, I got a email about an audition. So
Look at God.
yeah, no, seriously. So hopefully, fingers crossed. I don't want to talk about it too much because I don't want to jinx it, but So we'll see. But yeah. So I'm trying to figure it out now, I'm just going with the flow, really.
Okay.
If that answers your question.
No, it does, because everybody's life is different, so everybody's answer is different.
Right.
So there is no right or wrong answer in that, because it's just how you are managing it, So.
And he's 7 months now, and I'm just now getting to the point where I'm comfortable with saying and admitting to myself that I'm figuring it out.
Yeah.
Like you feel like you have to have an answer when somebody asks you certain things, but it's like, no, it's okay to say that you're figuring it out. Like
Right.
you new to this. This is completely new for you. So yeah.
Right, because plenty of people we know have been in that same position.
Yeah.
And it's no shame whatsoever. 'Cause, yeah. All right. So my next question is more of a positive one.
Okay.
So, of all the memories that you've accumulated over these last years, if you had to choose one that really reminded you of why you love, dancing, why you love, being a contortionist, does one really stand out that's like, yeah, this is why I do it?
For my senior capstone project,
Let's go.
it was my first aerial performance. And it's a great memory for me because I wanted to prove to myself that I could do it. I had never taken any aerial classes or anything like that. So I literally met someone in Atlanta who was an aerialist. Okay. And she traveled all over the world or whatever. She also performed with, I believe she performed with the Cirque du Soleil at one point. Cool. And so I met with her and she taught me a routine to perform for my senior capstone project. And I did it, and I did a great job. I learned the routine, and I performed it, and I didn't mess up. And I was just really happy because it was my first time doing it in front of an audience at that. Ooh. So yeah, and I had went the semester before and was going to training with her, but she was basically just throwing things at me because I had a short time to learn the material and put it on stage, and I'm completely new to this, And she's like, well, you have the strength for it and you have the flexibility, but my problem was trying to make it look effortless. And that was a struggle for me. Are
you a perfectionist?
I am. I am. And I'm very hard on myself. So it was a struggle. And so literally the week before I performed, we made a whole new routine. We made a week before, and I literally, I had saved up this money, and I spent all of my savings to pay for private lessons my spring break week to train so I can get that dance down. And so that's why it was a great memory for me, because I really put the work in to prove to myself and to like my colleagues that I could do this. So.
Okay, no, that's awesome. Yeah. Wow, you took your whole spring break.
I took my whole spring break and my savings to train with someone one-on-one for a week to get this performance down. Dude. Yeah, and I brought my own equipment and everything. Yep, I sure did.
Dude,
I sure did.
When I say that's crazy, I mean that in the sense of the dedication. Not the idea is crazy. I'm all for spending money on what you do, as you can see. Right. But wow, to take your whole spring break, because that's kickback. That's everybody else.
It's a chilling time.
Click, at the beach, click.
Yeah, no, that was not for me. My spring break was spent in Atlanta in a studio for hours at a time, one-on-one training.
How many hours? Just
about 4 to 5 hours a day. So that's $75 an hour.
Gosh.
Added up, plus traveling back and forth, plus a rental car for a week. So yeah.
that adds up. That adds up. Okay. So I'm gonna ask something that's the inverse of that question.
Okay.
Because for every high there's a low. You know, and it wouldn't be fair to sell someone on all the positive things and not talk about the negative things.
Right.
So at any point, did you feel like you wouldn't be successful?
I did.
And if so, who or what changed your mind?
I had to do a lot of self-talk, and then I also had I have a lot of amazing people in my life. Like my mom, for instance, is a very positive person in my life, and she's like, you could do this, you got this. My trainer was a very positive person. She was like, you're new to this, but you're killing it, like you got it. My professors at the time, most importantly, Mr. Atkinson, I talked to him like every day throughout the process, and he was like, you got this, like you can do this. So I had people, and my auntie that I was living with at the time was like, Courtney, you can do this. Like I literally had so many people like, you can do this, and telling myself, Courtney, you can do this. And my roommate at the time, Danielle, even came up to Atlanta for me like overnight, went to my rehearsal. Like I have some amazing people in my life. Oh my God. Thank you, God. Like I have amazing people. Like she came up overnight and came to my rehearsal. My mentor at the time, Tessie, came to one of my rehearsals. So yeah, I had people really motivating me because it was difficult and my body was not used. I was used to training with dancing all day, but I wasn't used to doing the aerial like that. Like, so I was getting burns from the silk, and like the aches from the silk was different from like my aches and pains from dancing. It was my body wasn't used to it, and I didn't know exactly what types of food to eat to give me the energy to go on the silk, So that was another struggle that I had to deal with. And I would go to class like, okay, but I had a banana this morning and I've been drinking water. And she's like, no, you need to eat something that you can burn off to give you the energy, because I can eat some nuts and a banana and go to dance class and I'll be fine, but I can't do that when I go to aerial class. Like I feel like extremely weak, especially after that third hour. It's like, woo, God, So.
Man, that's crazy. Like just hearing that, like when I think, and this is just me being on the outside, when you hear someone says rehearsal, I think hour and a half, 2 hours, but 5.
Yeah.
that's technically a part-time shift, dude. Like
right. I put in work that week. Not to say, I put in work in a lot of other things too, but that week specifically, like I put in work. I was like, this, you said you was gonna do this, you do it.
Right. I think it also kind of can serve as that benchmark to remind yourself of how far you've come and what you can do.
Right.
So
I want to get back to that Courtney. I feel like I've lost that Courtney, and
you're still the same Courtney.
I feel like I lost her.
I'm sure she's still there. All right. So now, my next question, I call the long-term question.
Okay.
This is the one I warned you about. Hey, it's all good.
It's a baby.
Hey, about to say, hey, this is part of you.
It is.
This is
it
life.
is.
So it is what it is. But where would you like to be in 1 year, 3 years, and then 10 years?
Can I go backwards? Can
Sure.
I start with 10?
Sure. Absolutely.
Let me see.
And take your time. I can edit.
You okay? So I can't take my time. I'm 28 now.
By the time you're 30.
By the time I'm God, I'm gonna be 30. Oh my goodness, this
I'm 32.
Oh my God! Dude. But I feel like I haven't accomplished anything. Oh my goodness. So hopefully, by the time I'm 30, I don't want to be in Mobile anymore. I want to come back. I love visiting Mobile, but hopefully. You get it. Yeah. I've been here for 7 months and it's just like, okay, no, gotta go. Please get me out of here. But hopefully in a year I can see myself. I'm gonna claim it. I'm gonna speak it into existence. I'm gonna be in a different state, a different city. I'm gonna be a part of somebody's dance company.
Okay.
My son is going to be well taken care of, whether if he's, because we have a kind of communication where we know that if I do move somewhere else, because we know that I'm not staying here, we can set my son up in a place where we can do traveling back and forth.
Yeah. So
hopefully he can be in the same city and state as me, but if not, we do have preparations for him to, yeah, we have a plan for that. So hopefully I will be in a different city, a different state, dancing in somebody's circus or somebody like contortion or acrobat company or whatever in a year. In a year.
Okay.
Yeah. Especially with this audition coming up. So that's what we're hoping for.
All right. Claim it. There's nothing wrong with
that's
that.
what we're claiming that. In 3 years.
Let's do it.
Whew, in 3 years. Hopefully, definitely would be, oh my God, I'm going to be in my 30s. Oh my goodness.
You'll be 31.
I'm going to be in my 30s. Mm-hmm. Okay. I want to go back to school.
There's nothing wrong with that. So
I do want to go back to school. But is it crazy that I want to go back to school and get my degree in something completely different?
No, it's not. Because I want to.
Really?
Mm-hmm. No, it's not.
So hopefully in 3 years, I want to still be in a company. But I do want to, at that point, get back into school, getting my master's degree in occupational therapy.
Huh. Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
Yeah.
The reason I say it's not crazy because that's what I'm currently dealing with right now.
Mm-hmm.
I went through the same thing that you're talking about with school. Went to school. I was first civil engineering, switched to psychology, switched to computer science, and didn't finish. So I was like, man, I didn't know what I wanted to be. And I used to beat myself up for that, but I was just 19, 20.
Right.
You know?
Right.
It's so much about myself I didn't know. So I forgive myself.
You should.
For not, being as focused as I should. But now being older and understanding myself more, which I feel like you do now as well. You have a handle on what it is that you want to do, and nobody can sway you from that like nobody can sway me.
Right.
So I feel you on that. So yeah, that's hot. I'm glad to hear you say that.
Mm-hmm. So
thank you. Do it.
Yeah, definitely forgive yourself. You are the hardest and the worst critic.
Oh yeah. Every day, all day.
Yeah.
Every day, all day. Because you notice the things that no one else does.
Mm-hmm.
So
mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, definitely. In 10 years, hopefully I will have my master's, and I will be able to perform still. Because even though I'll be, 38, reclaiming that this body will still be in perfect shape to, get on the leg, as we call it, and hit the step. So right. I'm claiming that I'll still be dancing. I'm claiming that I'll have my master's and that I'll be able to work as an occupational therapist and perform on the side. Okay. So, yeah.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Mm-hmm.
So, my last question.
Okay.
And you've done great.
Am I?
Yeah.
I've been worried.
Really?
I had anxiety and was super nervous about this.
Really? You sound like you're talking to me. You sound like you're actually sitting down enjoying the conversation.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
My last question is my favorite.
Okay.
And the reason for that is because I dedicate it to the people that's listening,
mm-hmm.
who may be where we were back then, not knowing really if we should try to do what our heart's passion is.
Right.
So to that person that's listening, who's scared to take that chance,
mm-hmm.
what words of encouragement would you give to that person? Like if you right now could talk to the younger
I'm ready.
Hey, go for it.
that can talk to the younger me, just do it. Just do it. No matter what nobody say, no matter what you think, no matter what you hear, no matter how you may be feeling in that moment, just do it. Just do it. You are fully capable to do whatever it is that you put your mind to. You have all the tools that you need to do whatever it is that you want to do. Even now, talking to me now, like, Courtney, you can do it. It's nothing that I tell myself this prayer every day. Lord, help me to remember that it's nothing that you and I together cannot handle.
Ooh.
Since the 5th grade, I told myself that prayer, or I prayed that to God every day since the 5th grade. That it's nothing that him and I together cannot handle. Even to this day, I still pray. I'm going to teach my son that prayer.
Please, that's powerful.
Yeah. So
Very
to anyone that's listening, just do it and know that you're capable to do everything that you want to do. You have the power.
All right.
No matter what your circumstances are, you can do it. Make it happen.
No excuses.
No excuses.
All right. Well, Courtney, that's it. I appreciate you taking time out your day to do this for me. I really want to sit down and catch up with you, and I feel like I really have in these last 30 minutes. So again, thank you. If anyone wanted to see some of your work or just observe, how could they catch you on social media or?
Oh, well, you can follow me
Instagram
on Facebook.
Hey.
It's just Courtney Coleman. I post a lot of my aerial training. I suck right now, you know, but I do post like little videos. I post like my little contortion pictures on my Instagram as well. This Coco Morrell, COCO stands for Courtney Coleman _Morrell, last name MORRELL. Sorry for the baby in the background. It's my son. He's teething. Forgive him. But yeah, that's how you can check me out.
Courtney, like I said, it's been a pleasure. I'll include the last bits of info that she gave in the descriptions of this video. And you have a great one.
All right, thank you. You
All right.
too.
You gotta go play mommy.
All right.